last you guys were all here, you had left the frozen prison of Rebels Inn after double-crossing and betraying Baelish Gaunt, who, as a member of the Arcane Brotherhood, had been studying the secrets of the long-lost Netherese city of Yithrin, which is buried beneath the Ragged Glacier. He told you that the followers of the Frostmaiden herself had the secret to cracking open the glacier, hidden away in a text called the Codicil of White. They had hidden upon her the island of the Frostmaiden where they conducted their worship of her years ago. A fortress, an island by the name of Solstice. He did not disclose the location of said island to you all after becoming suspicious. His suspicions only confirmed when he was assaulted and assuaged by the warden herself, who took him back into custody, so it would seem, and allowed you all to return back to Rebels End and collect your belongings. Whereupon you hitched a ride on one of the ships that was coming to bring supplies to the far northern prison, who the captain of which didn't know of this island of which you spoke, but told you about a creature that might know. Rumors of the ancient awakened great whale by the name of Angajuk. That legends say that if one was able to call and speak with a great whale, he would know everything about these ancient waters. You were left by a giant arch in the middle of the ice in the far north, next to the sea, actually upon the sea of moving ice, whereupon you rung the bell and were able to fortunately befriend the giant whale Angajuk. You did so after your Hawkins, your character, was able to do so after performing some feats that endeared you all, Cadillac, to the great whale. Angajuk then agreed to take you where you asked to go. You found him to have a giant bubble of air on his back and the bits of a broken, sunken ship strapped to him. And there you all are at the island at Angajak's bell, and the great whale. What was it that you did, Cadillac? You made friends with the narwhals and like fed the narwhals and dolphins and like creatures that were sort of swimming around, and made friends with them, only to find the whale pleased by your befriending the animals of the far north.
Yes, yes, and if I remember correctly, Shrubwad was somewhat involved as well. It was a team effort, and we were able to build some rapport with the local wildlife.
That's right. The
And
great
then
whale.
praise Sylvanus.
Praise Sylvanus, the great whale appearing before you, says, did you ask the whale where to take you? I think you did last time.
I can't recall if we asked specifically for directions. I may have.
I will. The great whale sort of turns to you all out from the water and says, I will take you where you desire to go. Climb upon my back and take a seat on whale bus number 9. Next stop, creepy island in the far north. Bing boom. I assume you all climb upon the whale?
So, am I still able to talk with the whale?
Yeah, for sure. I will bring you to Ankajak's island.
Okay.
One moment. Please. Let me find Ankajak's island. So I have no idea where this is on the map. There it is. And let me set the soundscape for you all. It is windy and cold, basically. Is the sound too loud? Good? Yes, no?
Good so far.
Sounds good.
Did Zarya have vision?
Yeah, let me get Zarya on
Oh,
the
now it's
screen.
loud.
Too loud?
It is a bit louder,
Yeah.
so maybe dial back a little bit.
How's that?
Maybe a
Is that
little
good?
bit quieter.
How's
I
that?
think that's okay.
I think that's good.
Good. Hard for me to tell.
So, can I see what's in the image when I look at Onkajunk? Basically, this
yeah.
big thing on his head.
Yeah, you can see it. I'll give you a picture here if I've got one. I do not have a handout. That's weird. But yeah, that's what you see.
Okay.
A giant thing on his head. Actually, here, you want to see this? Here we go. I got something weird for you. Here's a drawing. He looked like this.
Okay, so that answers what I was about to ask, which is I wanted to ask him if we would be okay should he need to dive.
Oh yes. We will definitely be diving.
Keep us safe and oxygenated.
He
Hopefully.
looks at you and says, "That will
What is oxygen?
not be a problem. I will take you where you wish to go." Just for the sake of roleplay, how do you explain to Onkajunk where you want to go?
So we are looking for the sunken city, right?
I know no sunken cities. You're looking for an island that is the seat of the worshippers of the Frostmaiden.
Okay. Yeah, that was a So yes,
where the ancient druids that worshipped the goddess of winter herself kept their druidic texts that contained the secret of how to crack open the glacier.
got it.
You were told where to find it by Baelish Gaunt, but he withheld more of the secret.
Got it. I've jumped ahead a couple of steps.
Yep, that's okay. Onkajunk agrees to take you there.
Okay.
Um,
Thank you, Onkajunk.
yeah, everybody climbing aboard. I assume.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. You climb on board, and it takes quite a while. The whale dives beneath the ocean. All of you on board says, "It will take some time. Where you seek to go is 3 days swim from here. Make yourselves comfortable." What level is it?
Seven.
7?
Good. He takes what seems like sort of a rather meandering route. And he's almost acting like a tour guide of the underwater depths. He's floating around going, "There's the wreck of the Grey Maiden, greatest sailing ship these parts have ever seen. Ran aground on ice in under an hour." He shows you spectacular shipwrecks. You pass through one area and it almost looks like an underwater city. It is a giant, huge, like castle. He points it out. He goes, "Storm giants. The keep of Lord Grey Helm himself. Lord and Duke of these northern waters of the Storm Giant Kingdoms. Best not to disturb him. They would just as well see humanity frozen dead as you are alive." pointing out storm giant castles and these just huge ruins. He just says, before humanity was here, this entire world was ruled by the giants, their ancient kingdom of Astoria. Fact, did you go? That once the seat of frost giants are. You broke up, Kenny. Try that again.
Oh, I didn't say anything. There was an audio glitch.
Okay. Eventually, after swimming around, he swims up to the surface and you see it. What looks like an island. It's a rather large island with very sheer cliffs made out of ice and stone. And as near as you can tell, it is shaped like in the shape of what you would describe as sort of like a snowflake-like shape. I'll show you a picture. And he sort of is circling around it and circling around it. You see, as you circle around the island, surfaced now, basically, swimming around it. You're still in the bubble on the ship. It's been a couple of days, and everybody has long rested if you haven't. See multiple shipwrecks around the outskirts of this island. Near, you count like at least 9 or 10 shipwrecks. Some of them older and some of them newer. One of them you pass by is very recent looking. Like, many of them are sort of like kind of beat up and destroyed and kind of older, you know, cracked by the ocean and by the ice a bit and frozen over. But one of them is definitely within the last like month, like relatively recent shipwreck. And Ankchuk just kind of goes past that one and around to what you can figure is the opposite side of the island. There is fog surrounding almost everything, and it is quite comfortable inside of the whale's bubble, but you can see that the weather outside is not lovely. As you sort of get closer to the island, you see that the walls or cliffs of this outside of this island are 50 feet high, and they are made out of solid ice. Jutting out to the water off the coast are bare, weather-beaten masts of sunken ships. And as you're approaching the area where he's taking you, ahead you can just make out what appears to be a partially shattered dock that is carved out of ice, out of solid ice. And as you get closer, it becomes obvious to you that the dock was made for giants. And I'm going to take you there now. So I find it. Guys are here. You pull up on the back of Ankachuk next to this enormous dock made out of pure ice. And the wall cliffs of this island are tall. There is a set of stairs, giant-sized stairs, that are leading up from the dock to the top of the island. Angachuk pulls up next to the dock, and you feel quite small compared to this structure and edifice that was clearly made for giants. And he says, "This is the place. I will stay in these waters and await your return. I will not abandon, but I must leave you here." I will periodically check this place for your return. And yeah, he pulls up next to the dock. What do you do?
Let's move ashore, I suppose.
Okay. The dock is made out of solid ice and is quite tall. Are you going to try to scale up it, or what are you going to do?
Is it more advantageous for us to attempt to find some footing on the shoreline and the rocky crags here?
That's up to you. Roll me perception. You can take a look around. Okay. With an 8, you don't see much. The rocks are sort of covered with a relatively thick layer of ice. You do notice with an 8, there is a ship that is wrecked up against the rocks, about, a few hundred feet away from the dock itself. You figure on the lower rocks, you could sort of make your way over to the shipwreck without too much trouble. It's a couple hundred feet, like 200 feet, but you don't know. That's really all you see. No solid footholds, ground layer stuff, and a shipwreck.
How high is it to the dock?
It is, we'll say it's about 15 feet up. So, you can climb it. 15, 20 feet. It could be climbed. It would be easier if you had climbing gear, pythons and picks and stuff to hammer into the ice. I think you left most of that stuff when you climbed the mountain, on the mountain surface, didn't you?
I think so too.
But
So
you'd
how
be able.
A grappling hook and silk rope.
Oh yeah, you could definitely do it with a grappling hook and silk rope.
Can I attempt to grapple onto the dock so we
Yeah,
can
roll me an athletics check. Yeah, with a 10, you're able to do it. You're able to toss the grappling hook up there, and it sticks and catches on some of the ice. And you have a rope dangling about 15, 20 feet down to where you are on Angachuk, up to the dock of ice.
I'm going to attempt to climb up. I'm going to give it a good tug first, just to make sure it's secure.
Yeah, it is secured, and with a rope attached, you are able to climb up without needing a check. So if everybody's just going to climb up the rope, then no check necessary. You're all able to make it up to the top. As you do so, Angachuk submerges below the water and bubbles away. And you all are on the frozen dock now. It is clearly made for what look what you would assess to be like frost giant longships. The platform heads to a set of steps that go up, 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 up into the frozen cliffside.
Did we want to survey the shattered ship for tools or supplies or pelts?
Do you say pelts?
And I sort of say or pelts in sort of a low tone of voice, curious if Arcus is going to hear me.
Always pelts.
This may have been a pelt shipment.
It could have been. So I hear Harkus has a hankering for a pelt.
Yeah. Harkus's eyes just sort of light up, and he is beside himself with the thrill of possibility.
Okay. Is that where you guys are going, heading over towards there?
Sure.
I'm curious since we're in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Okay. You approach the ship. You're able to sort of make your way out onto the rocks and walk along the rocky shores towards the beached out ship. I'll take you to a bit of a closer view here. Looks something like this. As you get closer to it, you can sort of see more into it. You're able to make your way down. It's sitting on the ice, so you're able to make your way down without too much difficulty. I'll sort of bring all your characters on to the page here. Mordella, and Cadillac. Yeah, so there's a beached, frozen ship. It looks quite old and beat up. The ground is sort of frozen solid around you, and you're able to get a fairly good footing on it. You might want to be a little bit careful walking across the ice. There are some cracks, but it feels fairly solid. Don't everybody go first at once into the shipwreck.
Oh, I'm already on my way.
You're already running into the ship? Roll me a d8 then, please.
Okay.
Yeah, Leonard is not going to go first, but he will gladly go second.
One. Okay.
Means I find one hazard that I easily overcome.
That's right. Harkus, there are, oh Lord. Harkus, there are, what looks like, bones inside of the hole lying around. There are a couple of, what looks like, Lord Jesus mercy, I'm sorry. There are a couple of, what appear to be like, saber-toothed cat pelts or something strewn amongst the bones. Roll me a quick perception check, Harkus. As you're sort of here. 9. Harkus, the bones that you see look like mammoth bones to you or something. They're big. Real big bones. Except the weird thing, Harkus, is that one of them has like a you only see like one skull, and it's humanoid, but it's big. You think maybe like some sort of weird mammoth or something? And you do see some pelts in there. That's all you see is bones and pelts.
Okay. Well, clearly, if I see pelts, I'm headed in. So
I'm afraid I don't have a choice for you. Yeah, Harkus, you climb down in there, and you find some ratty, frozen over pelts. You grab one of the pelts, Harkus, and you find that it is attached to a skeleton. It is wrapped around it like some sort of loincloth, okay, or something. Like you're gonna have to kind of cut it to get it loose.
And okay. Can I just
Are you doing
smack
that?
at the skeleton with my staff and try and knock it off?
Yeah, you smack at the skeleton, and the skeleton doesn't move or anything. The bones sort of rattle around. And are you trying to like break bone with your staff?
Yes, I'm trying to just absolutely separate the.
Okay, so you waylay on it. Yeah.
Yes.
You waylay on it. And what you do is you pull off is you've pulled off this enormous fur loincloth. It is attached with some sort of leather belt, and you've smashed like what looks like a pelvis to pieces that allowed it to fall loose. And the leather belt has what looks like human skulls on it as you're pulling that leather belt off of this massive loincloth. And Harkus, as you're doing this, you grab the grab this loincloth that you have removed. Roll me perception.
Okay.
With a 20, Harkus, you notice some movement in the pile of this like giant pile of bones of you don't know what. Things are definitely starting to move and move rather quickly.
I'm just going to sort of chuckle to myself and say, "Fresh pelts."
Yeah, as sitting up next stands up out of nowhere. Some of the bones start to move and coalesce and come together and begin to stand upright.
Music's a little loud.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll turn it
volume down.
I'm on edge.
and a very large skeleton of what looks like huge giant bones stands up next to you and drags out from underneath itself what looks like a giant, huge great axe made out of bone and stone, and inside of its eyes turn a pale blue, and it stares at you and lets out a huge roar. And make me a Constitution saving throw, please. Okay. Harkus, I think you get a moment to make a noise as you see this. And what noise do you make?
It's a growl.
It's a growl?
Yes. I'm after pelts.
Okay. So Harkus, you just let out a growl. Do you call for your compadres or no?
It's like a grunt. It's like a.
Okay. Wow, that rolled really.
This seems like bad news. A lot of sixes in there.
Harkus, you take 46 cold damage.
I'm wearing a lot of pelts.
I don't know what 46 cold damage looks like. Are you resistant to cold damage?
With all those pelts he is.
Nope.
And Harkus, you're paralyzed. In front of this
I call
massive...
shenanigans. This man is made of pelts. He's like 16 layers deep in pelts.
He's got to take at least 10 cold damage off.
That's right. He's got to have. I'm taking this to the people's court of D&D.
The cold is inside his bones from the terrific stare of this monster that met his eyes. Harkus, you are paralyzed. Everybody, as soon as I get the tracker up and make sure that it's cleared, everybody can roll initiative. as you hear Harkus let out a "Ah!" I don't know where
Not a-
everybody else would be, so you're able to be there.
I don't know why it couldn't be frightened. I can get out of being frightened.
So far, it looks like a couple of us don't want to do anything.
Yes.
Tara's got a 13.
All right, this is it. I'm changing
Even
dice.
Harkus is like, no thanks.
I'm changing dice.
Okay, better.
I'm
And
changing
that's how we lost Harkus today. That's how we
The
lost.
only 2 people are actually going to do something. The rest of us are just going to sit back and watch.
Man, Harkus, how so bad?
Ah.
The Frost
Not my fault
Giants.
you rolled 10 die, and 4 of them were 6s.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
sorry,
look
dude.
at this. This is ridiculous.
The Frost Giant skeleton in front of you,
F that guy.
as you're paralyzed before it, lets out a colossal roar and swings a great axe down at you. 22 to hit.
Oh, sure. Why not?
That does 24 slashing damage to you.
All
Oh my god.
So I guess technically I go down to 1 hit point.
So you fall over dead and go down to 1.
Yes.
The Frost Giant then makes its second attack on you
But I look dead.
and rolls a 28.
But I look
Was
dead,
that not the
man.
second attack?
No, that was his first. It got a surprise round on Harkus to paralyze him,
I don't
and now
know
it
how
rolled
it's a
initiative.
surprise. I heard him coming.
Oh my god.
And so now it makes its second attack on Harkus, and it rolls a 28. And that's going to do 30 slashing damage to you. You had 1 hit point, so you're minus 28. That's not enough to kill you outright. So you are just unconscious. At least for the moment. And up next is Yatara. And you can see it. It's in that hold. You can see it. It's huge. You saw Harkus let out a roar, and then you see Harkus just go down as it's hacking at something that's not there anymore.
I'm coming back as a halfling giant barbarian.
What?
All right, Yatara, what you got for me?
Yeah, I'm not going any closer. So I'm gonna hit it with Scorching Ray.
Thanks. Don't come
Save
pull
him?
me out or
Nah.
anything.
Scorching Ray?
Yep.
Now you get 1 roll for each of the rays, I think, with Scorching Ray. Holy crap. Yeah, 23 is going to hit. The 10 and the 12 do not, the 23 does, so 2 23s. We got 2 hits out of that.
Oh, what about that 26?
So roll me the damage twice. You get 4 rays, right?
5 rays.
Are you casting at 4th level? 5 rays.
Yeah. So
Roll again.
He did. He got a 26.
I got a 26. On the
Okay,
last
sorry, it was just slow. All right, so you got 3 hits. So give me the damage 3 times.
one. Oh, gross.
8, 9, 10, 13. 13. All right, cool. See if he's weak to fire damage. It hits him, that's for certain. Zarya, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to move up to, I think that's about as close as I can get. Bonus action, Healing Word
Okay.
for Arcus.
Okay.
Not much, but it'll get you up.
You're up. And what's your action?
So you get 7 points. With my action, I'm going to Toll the Dead.
Okay.
Wisdom save, DC 15.
It's not very wise. That's an 11.
Yeah, that is a fail.
Lets out a weird roar as its blue eyes illuminate as it looks at you at its skeletal body. It bears a sword. Harkus, you're still down on the ground. I don't know if you're playing dead or not. Or Della, you're up.
I'm gonna get my dancing longsword out.
Okay. I'll get it out for you. You sending it over to him?
Heck yeah.
All right, you can bonus action make an attack. Your action was to get the sword out.
Okay. Fingers crossed, yay.
Okay, that is a hit. 12 slashing damage.
Well,
Okay, any movement?
I mean, I guess I'll actually get on the boat.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Don't have to.
That's it.
Harkus, you've regained consciousness. You're down on the ground. You have lots of broken things on you. As you've been hacked by this giant stone axe and this monster that's above you.
So I'm pissed.
I bet.
I'm gonna light up my flame tongue longsword.
Ooh.
Try and
Okay.
light him on fire.
Yeah, do it. You stand up. 22 hits. Really? Okay, so 13 plus 6. All right, Cadillac, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to move into close range here, or closer range, and I'm going to go ahead and take a bonus action to activate Branding Smite.
Okay.
And, oop, I didn't mean to actually do that, sorry.
It's okay.
And I'm going to use my action to cast Bless on Zarya, Ordella, and Harkus. So y'all get, y'all get some D4 action. I think that would be helpful.
Yay.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. Leonard.
Okay. Leonard. Gonna move to here-ish. And okay, let me see. If I bring, I'm not gonna do my thing. I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray.
Okay. How many rays? Your first level gets you 3 rays, right? First ray is a miss. Depending on what level you're firing this at.
I am firing it at. I technically cast it at a 2nd level.
So then 4 rays. So, that's a hit. That's a crit. That's a hit.
Yay.
17.
37.
Got 8.
Yes.
I got a 12. Sorry, I can't. Too much math. Oh, wow. He looks real bad. Bits and pieces of his bones is falling off. The frost giant turns on its turn. And it targets everyone within 60 feet of it.
Oh well.
Which is
All of us.
All of us, isn't it?
Yeah, I shouldn't have gotten on the boat.
everybody. As it turns its blue eyes staring at all of you, everybody make a Constitution saving throw.
This is how I die.
Yes.
Wait, not within range?
Not you. Not you, stay back boy.
This is how I die.
Who was a smart stay back boy? Cadillac, you pass.
Mm,
Woohoo!
Harkus, you pass. Zari, everybody passes except Ordella.
Don't you have a? Oh, I don't know if a D4 will help you, but you're blessed.
Yeah,
Roll
you're
a D4.
blessed.
D4. Okay.
Big money, big money.
And where's the? Oh, they changed this thing up.
Yeah, it's not gonna help you.
Ah.
I'm sorry. But everybody but Ordella passes, and Ordella, you take 35 cold damage, and you're paralyzed. And Yatara, you're up.
We take half damage.
So do we
No.
take half?
You do not.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
It is a no damage. It is a no damage situation if pass.
I'll cast Magic Missile at it.
Okay. At what level?
Third level.
Third level? Okay. Roll them. Oh, shit. Describe to me the obliteration of the Frost Giant skeleton. What does it look like as you blow it apart with magic missiles?
Yay.
Shards of frozen bone floating everywhere.
Avert your eyes.
Yeah, it just explodes. Ordella, you regain consciousness as the paralysis wears off.
Yay.
The Frost Giant skeleton just explodes into a pile of bones, and things are quiet amongst the pile of what you now recognize are the skeletons of multiple other Frost Giants inside the hold of this ship. You do, however, see something shining down in the hole, Cadillac, as you're standing nearest it.
Okay. I will go and do I need to do anything special to investigate said shiny?
And just hop down in there if you're going to.
What's the worst that could happen? So I just sort of tromp right down in there.
Another set of bones begins to move as a colossal figure begins to. No, I'm just kidding. You find 400 gold pieces.
Oh, sweet.
A trove of treasure buried amongst the bones. You also find 800 silver pieces. And you find some jewelry. 4 necklaces, to be exact.
How many necklaces?
4.
Okay, cool. I basically tell everybody, hey, come
Nothing.
down here, and I found some treasure, and I guess I'm happy to share all of this with the group evenly, with the exception, I guess, of the necklaces, which whoever gets here first can have first dibs on those, and I grab one for myself.
I want a necklace.
I'm coming to get a necklace.
I want a necklace.
I almost died. I want a shiny.
I want shiny things.
I think while Cadillac is like counting out money and all of this, I'm sitting down and I'm praying, and I'm going to cast Prayer of Healing. I think only 2 people need healing technically, but this could get multiple if you do need it.
Yay.
Who needs it?
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
I knew you
do.
did.
It's
do
me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
All right, I'm gonna do this at 2nd level. Still not gonna be a ton, but there you go.
Yay.
Woohoo!
Which means I probably don't get a necklace, but I'll take my share of the gold. How much was it? I'm sorry.
400 gold, 800 silver, and 4 necklaces. Each of the necklaces is worth 25 gold pieces. It can't be split.
Divided by 6, that's 66 gold and 133 silver for everybody.
And 4 people get an additional 25 gold for their necklace.
Okay,
it's
so
not magical.
Oh.
Sorry.
You got my hopes up. I'm like, yay, magical item.
Yay, so magic for the
man.
So how much did you say that was again, Jeffrey?
25 gold per necklace.
Got it.
All right, so wait. Okay, tell me how much you're getting so I can put it in my inventory.
66 gold for everybody, 133 silver for everybody, and an additional 25 gold for whichever 4 of you lucky birds got a necklace.
I'm going to assume, since I was praying, that would be the remainder of you. Well,
everybody but Zarya.
4 of you, yeah.
Gets a necklace.
I'm going to give Zarya my 66 gold.
Oh, you didn't have to do that, but thank you.
Yeah, that's all you find in this ship. There were multiple ships surrounding this island, however. And in fact, you do recall you saw one of them that was more recent and newer than the others on the opposite side of the island as you circled. Just reminding.
And that's the one that our whale friend avoided?
No, he just circled around the whole island as you were sort of looking. There was no avoiding.
Oh. Circled around it, not like made a point to avoid it.
Yeah, no. Just you made a loop around the island so you could see everything. Snowflake-shaped, multiple ships, one of which was just notably more recent than the others.
I'm feeling like the pelts might be fresher over there.
I think that is.
Leonard is always willing to explore shipwrecks. I mean, what's the worst we could find? Another dragon?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what are you guys doing? Are you heading up the steps? Or are you going to head into the island and try to find one of the other shipwrecks surrounding it? It would probably be treacherous. It would probably be treacherous to try to swim around the outskirts of the island.
I think the shipwreck, the shipwreck treasure hunt was a lot of fun.
Other than nearly dying, yes.
Well, Harkus nearly died.
I mean,
as you're all right. So how about everybody roll me perception?
Even better. Let's not see the stuff coming at us.
Where is it going? Hold on.
What is my deal tonight?
What is going on?
Yatara and Zarya, you both
I gotta roll
do
mine. I
see.
can't get to the stupid thing.
Well, you had a couple people get it, so you'll hear it. All right, and you see it too, Harkus. I don't know if this has meaning to Harkus, but there is another shipwreck that is relatively close to this one. There are 2 that are fairly close together towards this giant dock that you were dropped at. There's another that is within reasonable spitting distance without having to go for a swim to get to.
I mean, while we're here, that's all I'm saying.
That's up to you guys.
Yeah, but that's all the motivation Leonard needs. Twist my arm.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
So y'all are crossing the frozen waters towards the alternate shipwreck? Okay. Let me put you guys on the map there. This is a great idea.
One of these ships could have the magical artifact that unlocks all the answers.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll never know if we don't investigate them one by one.
Definitely it. As you approach the other ship, this one is laying on the surface of the ice, turned on its side with a giant hole in its side there. The area towards the stern that you're looking at, you're not able to see in because there is ice that is caked up around it from the blowing wind.
Jeff,
this one also appears to be
tell what looks like what might have made that hold? I mean, does it look jagged like an iceberg, or does it look like a murky
Yeah.
tentacled beast?
Sure, roll me a, I don't know, history check, maybe? What you know about ships and holes in ships, you sailor, you. You're an artificer, so you have an idea of boats and mechanical things, and this looks like it ran aground on ice. And it was smashed sometime. You would guess by that history check, yes, this boat has been here for several years.
I'll share that with the group.
Smashed on the ice years ago.
Looks like it smashed on the ice years ago.
Do I sense any pelts?
Do
Just
you
gonna-
smell any from?
I'm gonna
Can you
kind of sneak around here and just see, like, if I just happen to peek any.
You don't
Any
smell any
pelts?
pelts? Roll me perception. No, you don't peek a look at anything. You'd have to go look closer into it.
Okay.
You
All
climbing up on there and looking in it?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look.
All right, roll
There's
me
a dragon
roll
inside.
me a D8, please. I don't know what's in it.
And
This
don't
D8
roll
is
it.
going to determine what's in it.
Don't
Roll
roll
me
a
a,
one again. Come
roll me a-
on, not a one.
I'm not going to let you roll a 1. If you roll a 1, you're rolling.
Okay, it's a 5.
Still.
Better than a 1. I'm changing.
Zarya's following.
Sorry.
She knows he's not very.
Five means
He's not up
dragon.
to full health and is concerned about the pelt hunger.
Yeah.
As you look inside, you see a what looks like a rusty pot sitting in the middle of the ship. It's sort of
The genie.
out of place. Hold on. It is covered in barnacles, and there's water lapping up around the edges of it. The top of the cauldron is off, and inside you see thousands of coins, metallic pieces in what appears to be silver and copper and gold. Thousands of
Seems like a trap.
It's a trap.
It's
Um,
a trap.
There is also a statuette of what looks like a merman
Okay.
that is carved out of a pale blue coral that is sort of sitting on what looks like some sort of shelf-like structure next to it, and a small, what looks like potion vial sitting there as well.
I would like to investigate this statue.
Okay. You gotta hop down in there.
Yes.
As you hop down in there, you see sleeping in the corner and around it 3 what look like humanoid women. But I tell you, when I say this is the ugliest woman you've ever seen, this is the ugliest woman you have ever seen. I don't think I have a handout of her, but yeesh. Put your character piece down there in that hole where you hopped in.
Oh, okay.
There's one sort of curled up.
I am trying to die.
Seems to be. Seems to do, yes.
Regret your life choices.
I was coming to pay my respects to whatever this merman was. Whoever he is, I was going to leave him a gold coin and everything.
Okay, that's good.
Easy to say that now.
That's real good.
Hindsight's 20/20, man.
Hindsight's 50-50. And as you hop down in there and are investigating the mermaid thing, roll me investigation since you're investigating the mermaid.
Oh no. Oh no.
You pick up the mermaid.
His name is Jim.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw for your great investigation.
Oh, that's better.
Okay. You stumble and nearly drop the mermaid structure, but you catch yourself just before you drop it. And the creatures that are sort of sleeping here, these horrific-looking women that have like sea things and barnacles on them, they sort of stir just a little bit and make a little bit of noise, and they almost look like almost fish-like, but they don't wake him or anything immediately. But you're down in there, and you haven't noticed them until you hopped down in and you were handling this mermaid statue you almost dropped.
I would like to just sort of put the statue back very gently.
Okay.
And I'm going to. Where am I in relation to the the bucket of coins?
You're right next to it.
Okay. I'm going to drop a gold coin into the cauldron of coins and try to very stealthily make my way out of here.
Are you dropping the coin in?
Oh no, I'm just going to place it very gently.
So
I'm trying not to make a noise.
You're not like, so when you said drop, I thought you were just going to be like tink 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 tink.
No. I'm going to gently place it in there in an effort to escape with my 34 hit points.
I need you to make the most important stealth check you've made in quite a while, as you're going to try to climb out of this creaky boat.
We may not mourn you as much as we did Toot, though. Just being honest.
Is there a chance that some of us who are close to him can help him out or like reach down?
Don't I still have a D4 too? I still have a D4.
How long does bless last?
That was a 1 minute.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No.
Unless somebody's recasting bless. How are you going to help?
I mean, I can, but I can equally like sort of reach down while he's trying to reach up.
Okay, so you're going to reach down and
I'm a monk. I'm stealthy.
Yeah, I'd like to help him if I can.
All right, take advantage on that 16.
Oh God. Oh no, it was an 18. Danced right off of it.
All right, you rolled a 16.
I feel like a 16 is good enough.
Depends on what their perception is.
I feel like it's a 2.
We're going to find out. Okay. They have a passive perception of 11. So
hey, there you go. I win.
They don't wake up. You beat. It was a DC 11 to not wake them up, and you managed to lift out of there with Cadillac's aid after leaving one of your coins there. And they sort of make a as they sort of are sleeping in here, and you lift out.
I'm just gonna pat Cadillac on the back and go, man, those were the ugliest things I've ever seen in my life.
Do you say that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and now you woke him up.
I said very quietly as we're away from it already.
All right, roll me another stealth check, please.
Oh, no.
To quietly say that, please beat a DC 11.
Oh my God.
It's better be better than 11.
Oh, goodness
Praise
gracious.
Jesus.
Thank goodness.
Amen.
You managed to very quietly whisper, them things were the ugliest things I've ever seen in my life. Here, I'll show you what they look like.
Does Harkus describe them to us?
Very quietly.
They're on your screen now.
They look terrible.
Yeah, I think Harkus does.
Can I roll to see if I recognize these?
Sure.
Like a knowledge.
Yeah,
either
history. Yeah, history probably.
I'll take a history roll.
Yeah. Your blood curdles because you have heard legends of sea witches. You've heard legends of their terrible death glare and their horrific appearance, that they can actually you know, if they look at you, you can become just like fall under their spell almost. They have terrible claws and an eyesight that will kill. They have the ability to change their shape into something not ugly, something more beautiful. But you've evidently caught this coven. They're also magical. They have the ability to cast spells, including some very powerful and terrible spells, especially when they're in a coven, like lightning, call lightning from the sky, and very dangerous when they're in a strong coven.
Maybe that's enough ship hunting for today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's, I think, the operative question that we as a group need to know. Do they have pelts?
Oh my god.
They didn't seem to.
Okay.
Arcus found a cauldron filled with coins and a statue made out of coral of a merman.
I thought they might be kelpies or something.
They are sea hags.
Kelpie is a horse.
They are sea hags in a coven. And your history knowledge says dangerous, especially in a
Danger
coven.
Will Robinson.
And I'll pass that along to the group
Quietly.
quietly.
I'm just going to tiptoe back over here, off to the remainder of the group.
Okay, everybody, what are you guys doing? Leaving the boat? You've passed your stealth roll, Harkus, so you're able to get out of there. You're out of there with one less coin.
All of a sudden, I'm very interested in the stair that goes to the interior of the island.
It's up to you guys. You heading back towards the stair away from the second shipwreck?
I vote for the stairs.
You don't know how many maps of shipwrecks I had to make to be ready for this session? How stupid could they be?
Apparently very.
So.
I'm going to guess 8 because that's what you had him roll.
Wow.
I mean,
Good catch.
I know.
Yep. Winner, chicken
Oh,
dinner.
that's all.
You win a D2 roll.
All right, you make your way back over, climbing across the rocks to this giant stair.
Does it look like there's been recent activity here other than us? Like footprints or anything like that?
Roll perception. You don't see any humanoid prints, no. See nothing that looks like human prints. These steps are high. They're about like 5 feet for each step, but you're able to scale it without too much difficulty, pulling yourselves up each one step. Are you guys climbing up to the top?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just teleport you up to the top. Boop. When you reach the top, you find a strange creature. I'll zoom in to see better. Take yourself down to a way deep zoom at the top of the steps. You find a strange creature sort of sitting at the top of the steps. It is made out of what looks like living ice. And it is sitting there looking at you all, and it's got a little coin in its hand, and it is kind of flicking it from coin to coin to coin. It almost looks like a little devil. It's got little wings, and it's made out of crystalline ice. You may have seen something like this before. Have you guys encountered mephits before? I can't recall.
I think so. That looks familiar.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
If in this game you've encountered methods or not. I know in some of the other games you have, but
Being from this terrain, like would I be
you'd be familiar with an ice method. Yeah. What languages does everybody speak? Or let me just ask this: does anybody speak Aran, or Aquan?
No.
I speak. Wait, no, that was my turtle. I don't speak Aqua.
Anybody speak Aran?
no?
If only I had a hat that could translate all languages into Gnomish.
Hmm.
If only you haven't found.
And then
such
someone who could speak Gnomish.
The little creature looks at you all, and he points at himself, and he says, "Sopo, Sopo." And then he says something in languages that you don't understand, and as you're stepping up Cadillac, he puts his hands up and stops you. And he sort of redirects you away. And right where you were about to step, Cadillac, was an extremely slick piece of ice where you clearly would have stepped and slipped and slid off of the shelf of ice. And he very quickly and deftly saves you from what would have been a very nasty fall all the way down to the bottom. And Sopo has looks at you all and he says, and he takes the coin out that he's playing with, and he sort of flicks it back and forth, and he points down at the boat and goes, ah, and then sort of makes like a big more with his arms.
Which boat does he point to?
He's just pointing at, you can't really tell. Both of the boats are sort of in that general direction. He's pointing towards the boats.
I flip another coin in his direction. Just to see what he does.
He runs over, grabs it up, and starts juggling it, and sort of makes this like weird. And he points towards the boats, and just goes like, and starts throwing the coins in the air and points towards the boats, and then makes like a big lots and lots with his arms.
The boats that we just got money from?
Yeah. He also runs over and like looks at like one of you has like a. Do any of you have like a magical item on your belts or anything? He runs over, I think, and looks at like Cadillac's like staff of raw wonderment. Points at it.
Dust Crusher. Yeah.
Looks at it, and goes woo, 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 and points at it. Then points down at the boats and goes ah.
So I expend one of my divine sense slots here to run a detect good and evil scan on this guy to see if they are a celestial fiend or undead or anything like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my tricorder and scan
I'll
it.
tell you, also with you guys that has just been quiet, and I haven't played her up because I haven't seen the runner in the initiative is Bellion. Bellion is with you all. She's been sort of here the whole time. Sorry, I should have run her. This is me forgetting the NPCs. Bellion Harpel is traveling with you with her little kobolds in tow. She's the one that was told you where she knows where the crack is to open up the thing. And she has a little owl that has been traveling with her that was one of the reasons that you knew who she was. And her owl immediately takes dislike to this thing. Your divine sense senses what? It senses fiends, celestials.
It senses celestials, fiends, and undead, or anything affected by the Hallow spell.
Okay, this is none of those. But you get a sense here This guy is not good. You just get an evil sense about him. I'll give you that, because it seems like you should be able to get that on detect good and evil. You get an evil sense.
So I think I just smile at him and say thank you, and then I turn around to the rest of the group with my back turned to him, and then make a face and just sort of shake my head no, to try to telegraph to people that I don't think we should be dealing with this creature.
No trusty. As you reached the top of the steps, you find that the top of the steps there is a road there. It is 20 feet wide, and it is made out of bricks, made out of pure ice. It is colder than you have ever been before. Everybody roll me a Constitution saving throw, as you just can't imagine how cold this is, even with all of your warm winter gear.
Or Jesus, it's not my night.
Ordella and Yatara, you guys each take 1 level of exhaustion from just how cold this is. Everybody else is sort of okay and fends it off.
I think I did a 7.
You take that as well. I didn't see it.
Yeah. So how much was that again?
1 level of exhaustion.
Oh no.
As the cold just like takes your breath away up here. And yeah, there appears to be at the top of this thing a 20-foot wide path made out of bricks of ice, leading onwards into the center of the island. Following the path, looking for other shipwrecks.
Let's I vote to proceed down the road.
I vote for the path.
All right.
Great.
You guys head down the path, leaving behind the little ice creature who you got a negative sense out of. And you track downwards for about maybe a quarter of a mile when you come upon a very strange sight indeed. And I'm going to take you there now. One moment, please. You come upon, as the path wanders forwards through the frozen wasteland of this area, through the blowing snow, you see a grand assembly. They are what appear to be sculptures made out of pure ice. They are perfect in every way, strangely so. Examination shows that the sculptures are completely faithful to their subjects. Completely faithful to their subjects. There are bears, elk, saber-toothed tigers, wolves, yeti, rimarazes. They are absolutely perfect. And everybody roll insight real fast. As these ice paths lead this way. Cadillac, you have disadvantage on this roll.
Oh, disadvantage.
Yatara, you have disadvantage.
Do I as well? Is this from exhaustion?
Yep.
Okay.
Exhaustion. Okay. Well, you still get it. Yatara and Leonard and Ordella both have this insight. These statues that are made out of ice are so perfect. There is no mortal hand that could have made this. They're perfect looking. What do you all do? As you've seen the most perfect looking statues you've ever seen. Ordella, I don't know, what do you all do?
I'm gonna walk closer to this stag one and look at it.
It's gorgeous looking. Delicate and crystalline ice. What do you do?
Walk back.
Okay.
Are there... kind of afraid to walk up to any of the others.
Doesn't move, doesn't interact, doesn't seem to do anything. Cadillac, what do you do?
Do I have the capacity to use Dusk Crusher at partial power, or is it only, can I only use it with Death Ray mode?
I'll let you. What are you trying to do?
So
Tell me what you're trying to do.
So I am going to walk up to the elk, and I agree with Ordella. The elk seems to be one of the less intimidating looking specimens here in this ice museum. And I say a prayer to Sylvanus and then attempt to lightly invoke his blessing upon Dusk Crusher to get it to warm up one of the hooves of the elk to see if this is indeed a statue or if this is an elk which something has happened to.
Okay. You walk up to it and you pray to Sylvanus and you turn on the heat and you turn on Dust Crusher and beam it down towards the hoof of the elk, and water begins to sort of drip, 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 drip. And as you're doing that, it begins to start to melt before you. And all of a sudden, as it does so, the hoof cracks in front of you. And all of a sudden, as it does so, things get extremely quiet. And then there is a sudden and terrible scream. Now, there is a sudden and terrible scream before you. Standing right next to you is a figure that you have never seen before. There is a 7-foot tall woman right next to you who appears to be made entirely out of snow. And she stares directly into your eyes, Cadillac. And she screams with this like blood curdling. And then you hear the word on the wind literally say, "Defilers." And just as you look up, as the hoof cracks and you see this woman made out of pure snow with eyes that are pure blue and crystalline and dark, she disappears before you. And whoosh, as quickly as you see her, she is gone. Make me a Constitution saving throw, Cadillac.
With a disadvantage or regular?
No. That's just ability checks. No disadvantage here.
Okay.
What did you get?
20.
20. Oh, Cadillac. Oh, Cadillac. The DC was 20.
Oh,
Wow.
You
no.
meet. No, you succeed. That is a success.
Okay, meet succeeds. Oh,
It's
thank
meter
goodness.
it's meter beat a DC 20. You met it. DC 20 And I quote, or gain vulnerability to cold damage for the next 24 hours.
Wow.
The woman just disappears before you. However, something else happens. There is a rumbling, and you hear in the distance, on the wind, a roar. A horrible, horrible, horrible roar. As there's a rumble and a roar.
Is it towards the interior of the island or offshore?
Kind of sounds like.
Nope.
You can't tell where it came from, but it sounds kind of like that. It is earth-shatteringly loud and all around you.
It sounds like a big pelt to me.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. That's what pelts sound
Parker
like.
starts running towards it.
What do you all do?
I turn around to the group and I ask, should I warm up another one?
I'm ready to find the way out.
Yeah, I don't think microwaving these things is a good idea.
Yeah. I love how we can't tell which direction it's coming from, so let's run straight.
I have conveniently forgotten to mention that Leonard is carrying along with him a cube that radiates 98 degrees.
Ah!
Yeah, you're nice and toasty warm.
Is it always that hot?
Yep.
Yep. Can't tell where it's coming from. What do you all do?
Let's just keep moving forward.
I do. Get on down the road.
Yeah, we need to ease on down the road out of this room.
Walking, running, or what?
Briskly.
Speed walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walking with a
jogging.
purpose.
Let's speed walk.
Speed walking. The path leads onward, forward, into the mountains, going higher and higher and higher up, until eventually you come into a area where this frozen blocks are almost nearly entirely covered with snow between several large mountainous structures. I'll take you there now. As you sort of are winding upwards around these mountains. In the distance now, it becomes clear as you can stare over the distance, winding around into the further path. The mountain road leads upwards into the mountains in the center of the island. And at the center of the island is a giant edifice carved out of what looks like maybe stone, but it is definitely a structure. Some sort of inhabited structure. It is huge, however, in the shape of a giant skull. Looks like this, heading upwards into the mountains. And you see this as the road leads up to this giant skull. Rising before you.
This cave looks friendly. Let's go.
A 600-foot tall mountain of glacial ice, its peak carved to resemble a giant skull wearing a crown of thorns. Weaving up the mountain's southern slope are enormous stairs hewn from the ice. These steps, which extend from the base of the mountain to the base of the fortress, are clearly made for giants. Leonard, this is in fact the same skull fortress that you remember seeing inside of the Elven Mirror.
Yeah, it looked familiar.
100%. You have seen this skull fortress inside of the Elven Mirror before. You, however, are not there yet. You are down in the base of the mountain, winding your way up. and I take you back there briefly, as all of a sudden surrounding you again is colossal roar, and leaping out from the mountains around you are several creatures that you've seen before. And including one that comes bounding down in front of you and slams onto the ground in front. The single largest Yeti that you have ever seen. Landing on the ground in front of all of you. It lets out a colossal roar. And when we return next week, everybody's going to roll initiative.
Everybody's gonna die. That's what we're gonna do. Go ahead and make your new character so we don't interrupt the next game.
Yes.
There appear to be 7 Yetis surrounding you.
Perfect.
With one colossal, massive Yeti. Bigger than any Yeti you've ever seen before.
So why not?
Why not? As you wind around the pathway up to this mountain skull carved into the shape of a skull.
Okay.
I hope
Oh,
everybody
goodness.
had a good time.
Hope everybody had a good final game with this character.
Yatara, the woman that you saw, the 7-foot-tall woman that screamed defilers at Cadillac before disappearing. You've seen her before in a vision that you have had walking in the ice and snow. And Leonard, you've seen this same face before as well, also inside of the Elven Mirror.
Yeah. I sort of thought so.
Who may have looked upon the face of a very goddess herself, who's not very happy with all of you.
Yay.
So I feel it is incumbent upon me to be the bigger person here. And I feel like that we are in a situation because I warmed up the hoof of the elk. And so I just want to apologize that Yatara told me to do that. And I listened to Yatara.
Here's a bit of good news.
I
Here's-
knew it wasn't a good idea. And Yatara told me to do it.
Here's a piece of good news for you. Everybody's leveled up to level 8.
Yay!
Yay.
So we can die as level 8.
Oh, nice.
We'll see everybody next week. We return.
Yay!
Rime of the Frostmaiden.